Hey guys, Ironfire here, and welcome to a Let's Play of a little game called Off. Now, this is a French game that was fan-translated into English, and it's a indie title you may not have heard of. I've heard some great things about this game from friends and from just people on the internet, but I'll be going into this blind, so I really don't know what to expect. I may be able to finish this game on YouTube for you guys, but there is a warning message at the beginning of the game that some images in the game may be intense for certain audiences, so I will warn you guys the same thing. If you feel you are not of the teen age and not ready to handle teen kind of things, you might want to shy away from this series a little bit. Now, so far from what I've seen from about 20 minutes of just, going through the tutorial and goofing around, it's not crazy, but it's also been put up with games and stuff, in comparison to games and shows that start out very normal and get crazy near the end. So, if you ever see something in this game that is too much for you, just back away, okay? Because it's probably going to continually get worse as things go on. So, that's your warning. Let's get into this. Alright, I did the text thing. Caution, it is possible that certain scenes in this game are shocking to an unwarned public. Or maybe not. So, yeah. Those are just the little development things to make sure that you set up everything correctly. So since this is like the third time I've done this, I'm going to put in iron. I'm forgetting where the N went. For just like... There it is. Alright. Yep. Boy, alright. Welcome, Iron. You have been assigned to being called the Batter. The Batter has an important mission. Be sure that it is accomplished. We will let you out in Zone 0. Good luck. For more information, find one called the Judge. I was going to do a dramatic narrator voice, and I forgot there. Anyway. To move my body, use the arrow keys on your keyboard, tutorial stuff. Alright. Let's get in this. Zone 1. Zone 0. Bleh. There cannot be any other living beings in Zone 0, so I must assume that you are only a mere figment of my imagination. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the Judge, and I am aching to know your name, dear illusory I am afraid I'll be skipping over a few words. Yeah. I'm the Batter. I have been assigned to a sacred mission. It is a pleasure. However, it is not the puppet I was addressing, but the puppeteer controlling it. What is your name, dear puppeteer? His name is Iron. He can't talk to us. However, he can hear and see everything. Even though you too are but an inexistent aberration of my eyes, let it be said that I am delighted to meet you as well, dear Iron. I believe we're in need of your services. Many people are in need of my services, you know. Everybody loves cats. We rub ourselves against their legs and purr in the most insistent manner. They adore that. I'm not talking about that kind of help. I see, but what sort of service could I offer to an ectoplasmic entity? I have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify the world. There is no objective more laughable than yours. I accept to serve you as a guide through this area, if it is of any help to you. Thanks. So this game is already... I can't tell if this game is super normal or suddenly really, really weird. It just has that strange feeling to me where I can tell something more is going on, but nothing crazy has happened yet. Alright, so this honestly looks like a goat to me. Allow me to confess that I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagorial being. Might you in fact be a creature of flesh and blood? I think so, yes. So I have been mistaken from the beginning. You did not interrupt me in my deluded phantasms. This is relatively bizarre, I must say. For you are the first living being I was given a chance to encounter in this lieu. I had in fact concluded that Zone Zero was an empty land. Obviously, I was misled. However, there exist other zones. In these territories, the risk of hostile individuals attacking you in the most violent manner is quite high. Your sacred mission will likely lead you into these lands. Would you like me to teach you the art of violent confrontation? Yes. Alright, this is the part where in my playtest I messed up because I hit the auto button anyway, because I was just goofing around. I got a game over screen. Apparently you can't kill this dude. So, this here is the battle screen. As you can observe, you will find yourself placed in the right hand of the screen. Your opponent, however, in this case yours truly, will be located on the left, the correct place for a single combat. At the beginning of combat, you will be confronted with a choice. You will decide whether to attack, auto, or flee. Attack naturally permits you to engage in the fight in the classical fashion. If auto is your decision, the computer will make a strategic choice in your place, making you simply a spectator. Finally, flee, as its name indicates, is the option of the coward. I dehort this alternative. But now, it is time for the offense. Choose attack, select the batter, then choose attack. Anew to off me with your bat. Do not utilize the auto function. The computer will not hold back, and I would be at the risk of dying, taking my secrets with me to the grave. So, I'm gonna actually do that now. Excellent, my dear supportive companion. You must consider the fact that the batter and the enemy's level determine the impact of your assaults. Competence seems to be one of the subcategories. Is that magic in this universe? We'll have to look at that. It is possible that you or your adversaries could avoid the barrage of attacks that you will throw at each other with slyness. On occasion, your cat... I thought that was my name for a second. I'm like, your cast iron will get you a critical hit, which will cause teeth to fly in heaps. But, let us move on. If you are willing to, you may have noticed when you chose to attack the first time, after you selected the batter, a new window opened itself on the lower right-hand side of the screen. There you have the choice between new options. Attack leads to a soul strike against a likewise soul adversary. Competence permits you to use one of your special skills. Object will grant you access to the items you are currently carrying. Finally, you have yet again the opportunity to flee. But remember, solely the batter is responsible for that option in this personal menu. How about trying to utilize an object? Take this luck ticket and use it on the batter's person with gratitude. The luck ticket has been found. Luck ticket. Recovers a moderate amount of HP. Usually a luck ticket would have some sort of effect. See, it's another one of those things where you feel like there's something more going on here. Impeccable. Your mastery of battle, it borders on brilliance. Brilliance, my friend. But there is one thing that you have not yet addressed. I am, of course, talking about competences. They are generally, in layman's terms, special moves. They can trigger surprising effects. They may include a resurgence of health points, or maybe, in and themselves, powerful attacks. Nevertheless, know this: any use of confidence leads to the consumption of competence points, CP. So I ask that you use these skills sparingly. Once your CP is completely consumed, it will be impossible to carry out heavy assaults. And if you happen to cross swords with a tougher opponent before being able to get some more CP, a victory will be uncertain. But try it right away. Choose competence and try using the wide angle, which will allow you to analyze your enemy. Odd-appearing crypt cat. Health points 30. CP at 300. Bleh. CP 30. No weakness or resistance. You now know not only all about me, but also about the art of combat. And the wide angle, know that its analysis will always be based on the start of the battle. Thus, it may accidentally analyze adversaries you have already knocked out for a long time. Confrontation ends theoretically when the health points of your team or all your opponents fall to 0. Take good care of your health if you want a successful career in purification. From now on, you will be ready to crush all impure obstacles that get in your luminous mission's way. Well, supposing your intelligence is on the same level with your undeniable capability of dealing bat blows to an innocent cat, be as it may, your training has not reached its end yet. Let me ask you to follow me, if you still want me as your guide. Well, I probably do. This looks interesting. 1324. That's interesting. Or is it supposed to be read column style? And it's just counting up. I remember a key code like this. I'm gonna try that. During my playtest, I went inside this little room, and I think there were 4 digits to a code. Oh, there's a lot more than that. These seem like the kind of things I should write down, but I can just use the recording later, so I'll move on. Again, it just seems like there's something more going on here. It's not just your basic game. Ah yes, to pass through here you need to use your cerebral organ. You know, the one bathing flabbily in your tired cranium. I believe these floating blocks correspond to the symbols you can see on the wall in some way or another. The floating blocks. Oh, I see. So it's a puzzle. I'm gonna check something. There's a block down. No, we're good. I just had to make sure. 126823. Well, that's no help. Plus, there's 8 different cubes. 6 different numbers. I'll have to think. Is there a problem, my dear pictorial heroes? I'm not your janitor. I cannot do everything for you. Nonetheless, I may dare suggest you would wage activating certain ones of these strange floating blocks more than one time if required. So come solve this intriguing puzzle for me, and quickly, if you please. I wish to rejoin the ground floor as soon as possible. This is interesting. Might be one of those games that throws a stupidly simplistic puzzle that requires a crazy chain of thought. Okay, so this is the correct first one. And this seems to be the correct second one. Is it a fool's game? Or it's actually another one that's supposed to be next? Alright, I think let's try this one. Haha! Okay, so when they go gray, I think that means I'm done with that cube. So I'm not done with this one. Didn't seem to do anything. A interesting puzzle, nonetheless. Wait, I already did that. Okay. Wow, I'm forgetting my own stinking puzzle. Is it this one? No. Trying to rack my brain around. Okay, so I hit this one once, then this one. So that's 1, 2. And then there's 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, so that's the number scheme. So the next one would be 8, 7, 8. Next one would be 2 again. Haha! And the next one would be 3. Ah, that makes so much more sense than I thought. Aha! Finally. After all that exertion, the eagerly awaited combatants make its entrance scene. I cannot read this guy's words for some reason. And he's eating. Ah, that's for easy access. Okay. But, okay, so C is probably clear or done. Okay, so 2 there. I'm just gonna write these down. C might stand for complete. Okay. 4, 4, 8. 2, 8, 7, and then C. Now those could correspond to the positions, but I have a feeling that I actually need to be hitting 4, 4, then 8, then 2, then 8 again, and then 7, then clear. I'm honestly surprised I got that right the first try. So, is that a treasure chest, or will I die? No. Here is an accessory that is going to be especially helpful on your purifying quest. quest, dear enlightened student and supportive friend. It is a cube, hovering in midair, as you have likely noticed. Nevertheless, you'll be able to differentiate it from similar ones. By the contrast of bad taste it imposes on your view of its clash in color, defying any sensible court of plastic arts. However, do not judge it too quickly, because despite its criticizable appearance, this red cube is of undeniable use. Aside from rendering you the entire... Oh, jeez. Ugh. I apologize. Pause and read that again. The nothingness is its lieu of transition outside of space itself, where you can travel from one point to another at the speed of light. So it's a teleportation cube. Okay. I now invite you to try it out in order to discover locations more populous than the deserted land. Open your wings, my dear companion, and hurry away towards the following zones without hesitation. Your only enemy is the fear that it will grab you. Okay. Do not worry, I too travel a lot through the different zones of the world. We will newly meet one another eventually, without a doubt. Ah, by the way, take this. This object is of a curious name will be the key that permits you to enter Zone 1. I have clarified that you can, at any time, consult your inventory and characteristics by pressing the escape key. The Leo card has been found, which is a star sign, which might be important to a puzzle later, so you might be on a good track there. Health points and competence points are completely restored. Save the game. That's important. Return to the nothingness. Sure. Whoa. This is weird. Zone... Oh. Zone 0. Anybody else hear that whispering? That is creepy. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, well, I think that's probably going to be it for episode 1. I'm going to probably stockpile a few recordings of this so I can post them over time. Thank you for watching. This has been Ironfire, and I'll see you next time. Iron out.